Okay, so I've made one simple cosmetic change to the game, and that is I have changed the sprite for the asteroid from a potato-looking thing to a black hole-looking thing. So now when you run the game, instead of being met with asteroids, you're met with these black holes. I also removed from the asteroid, I'm still going to call it asteroid, I'll do all the name changes in a little bit once I make sure it's doing everything I want it to. I've removed the rigid body from it so that it no longer participates in collision. So for example, it will stop the ship from going any farther, but it's not being moved by the ship. It's not bouncing off of the ship. And I should be able to sort of push the enemy ship into one of these non-black holes, black circles, let's call them. Let's see here. So if I push this guy, so this guy still has his rigid body 2D up. I'm gonna have to work on the piloting controls a little bit. Here, let's just try to fire him into it. There we go. Yeah, see, he's getting butted up against there. So these things are now immovable because I don't really want the black holes moving in response to the ships. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So what I'd like to do next, my next major goal is to get the gravitational force in, but I don't want it to just be that the ship gets sucked into the black hole. I want the level to reset at that point. So I think what I'm going to do first is put in a level reset. And the way I found out how to do that is this simple command here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the... Let's see, who should that be under? Should that be under the asteroids script? I feel like that should be under the ships script. So let's go over to the ship game object, and under its controls, we've got ship controls. So if I open that, there we go. So here's where I've got the simple ship controls. I guess I didn't show this last time, but basically it looks for what axis you're changing with the controls. So this is left or right arrow key, or A or D for the get axis horizontal, and that takes care of the rotation of the ship. Here it looks at the vertical, so that's up or down arrow keys, or the W or S keys. And so that's looking for whether to apply a forward thrust or a reverse thrust. And then here it's just looking for whether you've pressed the spacebar or the return key. Let's see. What you'll notice is that there's going to be two major subroutines within each script. One is going to be what happens when the thing first gets created, so when the object is first created, and every frame after that. So what we need to do here is we need to look for whether there's been a collision with one of the asteroids. We'll change the name to black hole shortly. So I've already got that condition set up in the shot fire, so we're just going to copy that rather than try to reinvent the wheel. So we have to declare a public game object asteroid so that it knows what to look for, and then we'll come down here, and here we're looking for on collision enter 2D. So this is if this 2D object collides with another 2D object, and this is going to look for if that object is labeled with the tag asteroids. We're going to copy, and then we're going to, let's paste that after all the controls. Excuse me. There we go. And of course it's spitting out a bunch of errors because I haven't closed up all my braces yet. Wait, do I want that to be avoided? I guess I do want that to be avoided at the front. Oh, that actually needs to be outside of update. My bad. Okay. That actually needs to be its own thing. Okay, so void on collision enter 2D, collision enter other. If the other game object compare tag is asteroid, okay, then we need to have it do stuff. So let's close these up. There we go. Okay, that takes care of all the... So I'm getting my compiler errors right away in this editor. And so here I need to use this command. So this is just saying load the level by whatever name it is, and this is saying whatever level is currently loaded. So this is restart the level. Restart level. And we'll put in some kind of like, you know, game over level select screen, something like that at that point. But this is just for the testing purposes, so I don't have to open it and reopen it, or close it and reopen it again. Let's see. Check for collision with asteroid. We'll change that to black hole later. I'll do that off camera, I think. Okay, so what should happen now, so I've saved that. What should happen now is that if I collide with one of these asteroids, it should restart the level. Let's see. Okay, where did my asteroids go? I do not see any asteroids anymore. Okay, that's a bit weird. Void on collision enter 2D, collision 2D other. I assume that that's the thing that made it goof, but let's see. I've commented out that new thing that I added. So let's see. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's see here. Let's run it. Okay, so for some reason, okay, so it should be bouncing off of these things now. So for some reason, my putting in that little snippet of code caused the asteroid spawner to not work. Let's see. All right, so how did I do this over here? Well, why don't we put this back in one little piece at a time? So here, actually, let's just let's take out that as well. Okay, so all I'm doing is creating an empty subroutine here. So let's hit save. This is supposed to go faster than this, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's working out fine. It's creating these asteroids. That's fine with me. Let's fire at the ship for good measure. Okay. All right, let's put in the check here. And if that succeeds, I'll put in a little print statement or something. Let's see. That all seems to be working fine. Pew, pew, pew. Don't run into the black hole. Oh no. So that's where the game is supposed to restart. Okay. Let's put in a print statement there. How do I do a print statement in this setting? Okay, it's just print parentheses. Okay. Print parentheses. I found, I found an asteroid, which it shouldn't be doing because it shouldn't be colliding with asteroids at the beginning. Missing component exception. There is no rigid body 2D attached to the asteroid clone game object, but the script is trying to access it. Did that come up while I was playing? I didn't notice that before. Okay. See what happens if we collide with this thing now. Boop. I found an asteroid. Okay, so it is going into that just fine. That error seems to have gone away. Oh, there's probably another code somewhere that's accessing the rigid body 2D. All right, I'll need to take that out later. Okay, so why is it not restarting the level? Save. Okay, it's giving me a green underline. Not sure what that means. Okay. Let's try running again. Hello, Pumpkin. Are you here to help Daddy? Thank you. Oh, that time it worked. Let's see what happens if I run into this. Boop. Oh, it restarted. Okay, it restarted the level, but did not run the asteroid spawner. That's interesting. So I've discovered I need to load the scene management something, whatever that is. And then I need to use scene manager.load scene. Okay. So let's try that instead. Scene manager.load scene. I love this autocomplete stuff. What is application.loaded level? Let's see. See load scene mode for more information. Scene name of the scene to load. Okay, what is my scene's name? My scene's name is basic_level, so let's try that first. Basic_level. Will that work? Is that legal? Let's comment that out. The object type game object. Okay, well. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so far so good. Firing all right. What happens if I run into a black hole? It should restart this scene. Boop. Okay, it still didn't run. Okay, so I've gone from an obsolete one to a non-obsolete one. That's great, but it's not running asteroid spawner. Is it that it's not... Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to instantiate that. Okay, let's try changing that then. So let's try taking asteroid spawner, because my guess is it's not running the spawn asteroids script at the beginning. Let's see. Is there anything with spawn asteroids I need to change? Spawn asteroids. You know what? I wonder if this is the difference between the void start and the void awake. Because I've seen on some tutorials people change from void start to void awake. So let's see if that makes a difference. I should probably just Google what's the difference between void start and void awake. I'm sure you're already typing your answers to that question in the comments. Okay, so changing that to awake didn't change how this starts. Boop. Okay, all right, that did not make a difference. Okay, let's put that back to start. What I'm thinking I'll need to do is instantiate asteroid spawner at the beginning. But if it's not running that at the beginning here, why would it run at the beginning somewhere else? Okay, here's a thought. So the problem is that it's not running the spawn asteroids script at the beginning. So here's what I'm going to try, is opening up the spawn asteroids script. Let's see. I wonder if I attach that to... If I take this make asteroids, I wonder if I... Oh, you know what? I think I know what to do. Let's see. Scene manager .load scene. What if I do this? What if I do spawn asteroids dot what is it? Make asteroids? No. How can I run the make asteroids from there? Let's see. Void? No. Oh, how about I just do spawn asteroids? Oh wait, that's the other thing. Can I do make asteroids? No. Spawn asteroids dot make. Let's see. What if I instantiate another spawn asteroids? Would that work? Let's see. Line 76. Only assignment call increment and new expression can be used as a statement. I don't know what that means. What if I put that there? Nope. Okay. I think I need to make... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make spawn asteroids a prefab. Or, excuse me. No, I don't want to instantiate a script. I want to instantiate the asteroid spawner. Let's see. Let's do a public game object SA for, or excuse me, AS for asteroid spawner. Okay, so when I come down here, I can say instantiate object AS. There we go. So now what I have to do is I have to associate, so this is under ship controls. What I have to do is I have to tell it what that AS is. So for example, down here it's got AS. It doesn't have a game object associated with it, so I'm going to take the asteroid spawner, put that right there. Okay. Let's see whether that works. Let's run this guy. Okay, so far so good. Boop. Okay, I did see it. Did my eyes deceive me, or did that create other other black holes for a second? It did create other black holes for a second. Okay, so something is happening where it's doing that. So it's loading the scene, instantiating that. Okay, so for some reason it's destroying all of those asteroids. Why is it destroying the asteroids? I tell you what, let's do. Let's deactivate all the other scripts. Okay. So I think that deactivates the shot fire script. Which apparently it does, because those things have not. Those things don't self-destruct. Okay, good. So it's creating them with a velocity. It's not causing them to self-destruct anymore. So I've deactivated that, because that one has a destroy asteroid thing in it. I don't know whether it's being whether that's interfering with it. Let's stop that. Who else has scripts associated with them? Destroy asteroid. Excuse me a second. Getting back. I don't know that this gets used by anybody. Ship has the shot. Let's see. Yeah, it has the ship controls. That's fine. Other ship doesn't have any scripts. Main camera just has a move camera script. So let's see what happens if I deactivate that. Okay. All right, here we go. Coming along. Okay, still having the same problem. Okay, so you can put the shot fire back in. There we go. All right. Is it finding the asteroids? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's obviously going into that because it's resetting the scene. Maybe I need a better understanding of what the scene reload actually does. Let's see here. The object type game object has been destroyed, but you are still trying to access it. Well, I didn't destroy it. See, here we go. Okay, did find an asteroid. Game object of type game object has been destroyed. Oh, I wonder... let's take a look at the spawn asteroids command. Okay, let's see what's happening within this thing. Let's start putting some print statements back in here. So let's see here. This is where it's fixing to make some asteroids. See, I already had to debug this earlier. Setting origin position, going into the loop. So here I'm just, I had put these print statements in when I was originally developing the asteroid navigator minigame. And now that I'm trying to turn it into a minigame with a reset, I need these back in. Asteroids.add. Because it should still be having public list asteroids. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, let's restart it. Let's watch for error messages and print statements. Okay, see, that is what it looks like to move through everything. So this is where it's checked. 20 and 19 is that? What is that? Just checked. Okay, yeah, it's saying it's checking this asteroid versus the other asteroid. Cool. All right, let's see what happens when I run into an asteroid. Boop. Oh my. I lost control of my game. Oh, my computer froze. Or at least Unity froze. Oh, I'm still recording. That's good. Okay, there it came back. Okay. Oh my. Oh, I see what the problem... Okay, I think I see what the problem is. Let's see. I think I see what the problem is. So here, it's trying to check... Okay, I think it's messing up in that it's... If you look at these where it's saying it's checking for asteroid 23, so it's trying to add asteroids to the list. So it is running this. It's just exceeding the original list. Okay, where does it run into the asteroid? Okay. Let's take out some of these print statements. We've got a little bit too much going on here. Let's see, what can I do? Let me see. Asteroids, instantiate resource.load asteroid, random position, quaternary identity, etc. Okay. Like, see how it's just checked 16 and 30? So that's with this part right here. Just checked asteroid 16 versus asteroid 30. There shouldn't be an asteroid 30. So I'm thinking what I need to do is maybe clear the asteroid list or something. Let's see. Where do I set up the static public list game object asteroid equals new list? Okay, so I need to clear that list. So how do I... Unity clear list. Reset generic list to empty. List name dot clear. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that under the ship controls. I found an asteroid. Let's see. That is under spawn asteroids dot asteroids. That's the list, right? Dot clear. Awesome. It doesn't like something. Only assignment call, increment, decrement can be used as a statement. Doesn't need to be like this. Oh, apparently it needs to be like that. Oh, it even has a parentheses on there. My bad. Okay, so we're clearing the list. Let's go back into here. So ideally this should now start at I equals 0. Okay, let's see what that does. Run it. A compiler error. Okay, what compiler error did I leave? Okay, so apparently I just had to clear the errors. So we've successfully generated our first asteroid field. Let's see what happens when we run into this asteroid now. Well, I've lost control of the game. Okay. Okay. Check 2020. Okay, so for example, here it just checked 2020. So that was previously, right? And now we're fixing to make some asteroids. So here it's calling it back. Oh, you know what? Do I need that instantiate again? I don't know. Do I still need that instantiate? That might be causing a problem. Let's take out. All right, let's take out that instantiate. Let's run this again. It is still saying found an yeah, it's still saying I found an asteroid, so I should see that upon the collision. Okay. Let's go boop. Boy, this is taking a long time for the level to reset. Okay. Oh, it worked this time. Okay, so I messed myself up again by putting in that instantiate. Okay, so here it's checking all of those. Of course, I doubt I'll have 20 black holes. That does take a little while, I guess. And so it has reset. Cool. So I've got it to where the level resets. So now, whenever I run into one of these asteroids, the level will reset. Boy, there's... I wonder if that's just because I'm... Oh, you know what? It's probably being slowed down by all the print statements. Let's take out those print statements, see if that respawns any faster. Okay, so please take me to my next print statement. Cool. No, not pring. Print. Okay, will you continue to highlight the prints? Yes, you will. Thank you. This is a wonderful editor. I know a lot of you are saying, yes, we've been using Visual Studio for years. Well, you know what? I was raised on Fortran. C was the devil, you know. Okay, I believe that takes out all the print statements. Let's even take the one out of here. So we shouldn't be printing anything to the debugger now. Okay. Let's see if that speeds up. Of course, I guess it takes it a few seconds to start up, so it's probably doing the same thing there. I'm wondering whether it will... those should go away, I think. Okay, there we go. We cleared that. Oh yeah, go back into the screen. And boop. Yeah, that's still taking a few seconds. Okay, so there's probably a better way I can do the spawning. Or, you know, maybe I shouldn't have them be randomized. Maybe I should have them be specific to the level. But it is restarting now, so that's pretty exciting. Cool. So that took a bit longer than I thought it would, so I'll probably just show clips from that little foray. What I need to do next is start getting in the gravitational force. So where should that go? That should probably go in ship controls, because that's where I'm doing this, adding the force vector, adding the thrust vector. So this is going to be the calculate thrust vector. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, so here's what I need to do is I need to have it calculate the calculate net gravitational force on the ship. And then what I need to do is I need to move. Well, let's see. Let's leave that. See, this add force name is a bit misleading, I think, because let's review what it does. Unity untie. Unity add force 2D. There we go. That's better. So what I need to do is I need to look up what this add force does, because what this does, it applies a force on the rigid body. And so I don't know if that means I can do an add force here and an add force here, and it'll take those forces together, or if that's saying that needs to be the net force at that moment. Let's assume it's the net force at that moment. So let's see. So we'll calculate the net gravitational force on the ship, and then out here we will add net gravitational force. Well, actually, I guess we should say add thrust to net gravitational force, act on ship with force. So here's what we'll do is we need to get in, let's see, let's initially have all of the black holes be the same mass. So we won't worry about making that anything special right now. So what I need is, let's see, there is a for each command. How did I set that up over here? There's this great for each command, so it's going to look for every game object in the list asteroids. So let's copy and paste. Only it doesn't know what asteroids is. It needs to know that as spawn asteroids. So for each game object in asteroids, what we're going to do is we're going to look for the force between the ship and that asteroid, that black hole. So let's do this. Yeah, so it's calling them AST. That's fine. AST for asteroids. So what I want to do is I want to get the distance between them. So let's call it float distance equals, let's see, I want to call that AST dot transform dot position minus, actually no, let's not call it distance, let's call it let's make a new, actually let's make a, I want to call this a vector 2 because I'm going to need a vector for the position, because I need the relative position vector between them. So let's call that rvec equals ast.transform.position minus ship, no, what do we call the thing here? Is it just rigid body 2D? Yep, dot transform dot position. Okay, cool. Vector 2, okay. And then we'll call float, actually I think I can just do magnitude off of that, yeah. So let's do, see, I need to define another vector. I need to define the force vector. So let's find vector 2 equals force on ship. Oh, sorry. Vector 2 force on ship equals new vector 2, and then we'll just go with 0 float, comma 0 float. There we go. Okay, cool. So that's the relative position vector. So then what we'll do is we'll say force on ship equals, hang on, there is a better way to do this. It's like, it's the plus equals, is it? Oh, hang on. I know, I'm going to get the comment from, I think it's fdagpigje about adding to itself. Let me look up how to do that. I forget if it's plus equals or equals plus. So let's go with force on ship equals plus. No, I don't need that. I just need g value. Let's take that as 1 for right now. Then I need the masses. Let's take those as 1 for right now. G m1 m2 divided by r squared. So let's take r vec dot magnitude. And then I need the direction. So I need r vec dot, I don't suppose they have a unit vector, do they? No. Okay, well, let's just say r vec. And then let's take this magnitude and let's square it. Is that how you do exponentiation? Let's see here. Exponentiation as power in C#. Oh, math.pow is the easier way to do it. I think that's actually the way you're supposed to do it. So let's do math.pow. That needs to be the f raised to power p. Okay, that'll be pretty easy. Comma, and actually this needs to go to the third power. The reason it needs to go to the third power is because we're multiplying by what's supposed to be the unit vector. Unit vector is supposed to be the vector divided by its magnitude. So that gives you, instead of 1 over r squared, 1 over r cubed, but this gives you an r, so it's still 1 over r squared. Correct. Okay, cool. Well, I must have done something right because it likes what I did there. It gave space between these. I'm thinking it needs to be plus equals. Did that work? Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, for each game object, asteroid, and spawn asteroids. Asteroids, okay, is taking the RVEC and it is adding that to the force on the ship. Okay, cool. So then what we need is, I need to call this a new thing. So let's take this down here. Add force on ship. Okay. And then let's say force on ship plus equals thrust. So here's what I need to do. I'm going to change this thing to thrust hat equals. I don't need to change anything about that. And so thrust needs to equal thrust hat times thrust mag. Okay. Okay, so I need to go up here and declare some new stuff. So I need force mag to now be thrust mag, and I need force hat to now be thrust hat. That should take care of those declarations down here. Oh, right, I need to actually declare what thrust is. So let's go with vector 2D. Oh, excuse me, that needs to be capitalized. Vector 2D. Not vector 2D, just vector 2. There we go. I knew the color had to change. Oh, goodness. Thrust mag. Thrust mag does not exist. Oh, but thirst mag does. What is the magnitude of your thirst? Okay, then where did thrust go? It does not exist in the current context. Oh, okay. Well, then what I need to do is set thrust equal to 0 up here. That should just be indented. It should just be right there, right? Yeah. Okay, and then let's say thrust vector 2 thrust equals new vector 2 0 float comma 0 float. So that way if there's no thrust acting on it, it just adds a 0. There we go. That way thrust is equal to that, etc., etc. Okay. Add thrust to gravitational force, act on ship with force. Okay, let's see whether this works, see what kind of errors we get. Oh, I need to decrease the number of asteroids. That'll make this thing start faster. Okay, my thrust is working fine. Am I being pulled toward the asteroids? It doesn't really feel like it. Oh no, that thing's being pulled because I haven't acted with the thrust any. Boop. Oh, cool. Oh man, I just fell into a black hole for the first time. Achievement unlocked. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Of course, nothing's going to happen if the bad guy falls into the black hole now. Oh, it's going. Oh, see how I'm going sideways? Yeah, that couldn't happen otherwise. All right. We got thrust out of here. Oh, no. I just avoided my first black hole. Achievement unlocked. Let's see. Cool. Oh, my gosh. I have the basic premise of the game. I am so excited, y'all. We are an hour into programming this thing, and I've already got the basic premise for the game working of avoiding the black holes. Now, right now, they're not exerting too strong of a force. Like, I'm able to avoid these pretty easily, which is not bad for testing purposes. Let's see what happens if I get a little too close. Oh, no. Oh, I just brushed it with my tail there. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Let's make this thing a little bit easier to work with. Instead of 20 asteroids, let's make it 5 asteroids. And so let's also decrease the vertical range of the playing field by a factor of 10 as well. Okay. Or by a factor of 5, excuse me. In fact, I went from 20 to 5, so that's a factor of 4. Excuse me. Yeah, let's take this thing down to 10. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. It doesn't like the fact that I changed the script in the middle of running the game, which is fine. I would expect that. Uh-oh. See, this is the problem, is what happens if I spawn too close to an asteroid or to a black hole. Oh, cool. So I'm falling back in. Look at this. Oh, falling back. I'm also getting pulled to the right a little bit. That's cool. Okay, gotta get away. Oh, that's so cool. Pew, pew, pew. Of course, it's not doing anything. Oh, get away. Okay, now I need to have it to be where something happens when the enemy ship hits it. Oh, no. Oh, I was so intent on going after the enemy ship. Oh, look how much faster that respawned. Oh, that's just great. Okay. There's probably a better way for me to do that. In fact, I probably need to get rid of the randomization. It probably just needs to be set levels. But, well, maybe that needs to be an option in the game. Is, you have the standard playthrough where you're trying to get through, prefab levels, and then you have a randomized level that you're trying to get through. Although maybe another compromise would be to have a randomized level that then gets recreated. So all it does is return the ship to the spawn point. Oh, that's an idea. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to write that down. Okay, so I have made my notes to myself of things that I need to change. I'm going to debate the different possibilities of how to set up the level and decrease the black hole randomization. If you've got an idea of how I can set up the loop better, let me know. I would love to hear that. I'm also going to off camera change all the instances of asteroid to black hole. Boy, that creeps up on you. I think I might also start working on a little trajectory thing where it shows you like the next couple of frames worth of motion that the ship is going to take, so you have a better idea of how to pilot it, kind of like in Angry Birds Space, how it rotates around. Well, I am very happy with this. The ship is definitely falling into black holes and dying, and that is pretty exciting. I am really excited about this game. I need to put in something about a victory condition for when the enemy ship runs into the black holes. I also need to change the thrust or the drag or something, I think, to get him higher speed. But we've got the basic premise of the game down. We have played our first game of black hole battles together. I am extremely excited. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.